Hi guys, here is a little tutorial on my X. When you buy the file, it's just going to look like this. It's going to have a few layers. Some of my X don't have these layers, but they do have top with the hole in it. So I'm going to show you. So you can insert your subject baby in a few different ways. And one of the ways is to drag it. Let me grab this one. So I'm just going to grab my move tool. And I'm going to grab that girl and I'm going to drag it with my move tool, drag it, and I'm not going to release it here. I'm going to release it down there, okay? Because if I release it up there, it's not going to work. So then you're going to see you have a layer called your subject here. So I'm just going to grab her and move her here just below the shadows. Let me open that, supposed to say shadows. Okay, so she's too big, so I'm going to go to edit, free transform, command T is the shortcut for Mac, and I'm going to grab the edges and I'm just going to put her here. You can have babies in different color blankets, it doesn't matter. Make sure your light is matching. My light on the background, as you can tell, comes here from that corner. You can tell by the shadows. You can see the shadow is here. It's exactly on the corner. So you can see her side is lighter than this one. So her light is there. So right now it looks like it needs some shadows. So I'm going to turn on the shadows. And if I don't have the shadows, if I don't have enough of them, I'm just going to paint a little bit more. B for my brush, making sure. So before my brush, here is the brush, make sure you're in white color. So go D for the default colors and X to switch the colors, or click here on this one. So I have to be with white, and I'm not going to go with 100% opacity. I'm going to reduce the opacity of my brush so I can kind of gradually add the shadows on the edges. And you can remove shadows with black, add shadows. It looks like this is 60% opacity, so I can turn it up. And if you need to, you can duplicate that layer and add shadows, and that's pretty much all. Okay, so if you have to match colors, you have to know how to match colors. But in this case, for instance, she comes a little bit warmer, so you can add warm to the background or reduce the yellows in her. So that's pretty much it. Let me try with another picture. So I'm going to just go back to how I open the file. It's going to look like that. So I'm going to grab another baby, this one's for instance. Again, you can command C, copy it, and command V, paste it, or you can just drag image from your downloads. Let me from your finder or wherever you, let me grab her from here. I'm just going to highlight her and just show a little bit of Photoshop like this, and I'm just going to drag her here, and she's going to come here. And when you see the light of my background is coming from the top right, her light is coming from the top left. So I'm going to right click and flip horizontal, and I can reduce the opacity of her to see where she is going, and I can make her smaller and tilt her a little bit. Sometimes you have to tilt the background, and if you want to, you can tilt that background. So I'm going to agree with this, then make her 100% and just put your subject here below the shadows. And if everything looks okay, then I'm done. Usually wherever the light comes from, you can you have to have it's going to look lighter on her background. So you can either um, add some shadows, either remove some of her background. Okay, so I'm going to turn on the shadows, and you can see I don't have shadows on that side before my brush. So I'm going to make sure I'm in white, 20% or something capacity, and here I'm going to add some shadows. I know her leg, it needs a little bit adjustments, but and if this layer of shadows don't work for you, just make your own. Okay, that's pretty much all. I may need to make her a little bit smaller. And that's it. The best is if you have a straight baby like I had with the first one, but that's pretty much all. Thank you.